Hi, this is an introduction lesson on arrays. So up until this point, if you wanted to create a program that wanted to handle several numbers, we had to declare an individual variable for each number. So in this example here, I just created 8 variables. But if you had keep track of, let's say, 100 or 200 values, that would require 200 variables. So the programmers very early on realized that they wanted to make better data structures. So an array is an example of a data structure. So first you have to declare an array. So declaring an array in Turing looks like this. You have to give it a name, and then you give it a range. So in this case, it will hold 50 elements, and then the type. So an array has to hold the same physical type of information. So integer, string, or real. And then you should also have the same logical type of information. Okay, so array should have the same physical and logical type. And what I mean by logical is the values should be related in some way and in a meaningful way. So you wouldn't just use an array to hold 50 numbers, but the numbers have lots of different meanings. Like some might be a mark, some might be someone's height or weight, or a bunch of, like, you can't just throw a whole bunch of integers in there if they don't have the same logical type. So an array is in a sense just a column of values. So just think of it, the first spot in this array, maybe the value is 35, the second spot 426. So it's basically just a big long table. So when you're accessing the array, elements in the array, you have to refer to them at a particular spot. So if I were to, and I'm typing this out specifically not to be efficient, but so you can see what's going on at the beginning. So when I ask for the number 1, the first number to be entered, I say get num1, num at spot 1. So in the first spot in the array, I want to get the value of the number. And then I'm repeating that process. And then if I wanted to output, once again, if I'm outputting the first one, I have to refer to the array at its first stop, at its first point. So then if I wanted to make this more efficient, I would start to use loops. So a for loop is the best way, most efficient way to do this. So this actually is 1 to 50. So I could put that to 50, put this to 50, and that would cycle through, and I could enter in all the values. So if I do that, I'll just comment this all out, minus the graphics part. I commented out my array declaration. I will just put that right in front here. So now if I run this, so it is going to be 40. So I'm just entering them all in. Oh, 50, my apologies. And then it outputs them all in a list. So that would have taken over 100 lines of code if I was not using an array. So this is just a nice simple intro example of how to use arrays.